This is Real Bubbles with Allie, Ray, and Kelsey.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Real Bubbles. This is
With
so weird.
I know. This is so funny. It feels like we haven't stopped doing it, but
It's
like
been a
we've
long
had
time
such a
coming.
I know. Because our last one we put out, it was 2022, I want to say.
Yeah, it definitely was 2022, probably like I'm gonna say like June. It was right after I moved here.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see
Woohoo!
that? My lights just went off again.
You are welcome, everybody listening. We are back.
Yeah, welcome.
You're welcome.
You're
You
welcome.
You're welcome. We did this for you. We had an overwhelming amount of people reach out to us saying they missed us so much.
I really did.
We really did.
It was like very surprising, to be honest. I was like, wait, like you were subscribed and you were listening? Like I was kind of like you were actively waiting for our podcast to come out.
See, we're supposed to pretend that we're really famous. My mom was the most excited, I think, to hear
Yeah.
that our podcast. Shout out, mom. Hey, mom.
Hey, mom.
So yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm really glad that we're pulling the trigger.
Triggle. We haven't even started drinking yet.
I'm really glad we
Good.
we pulled the trigger on this and we're doing it because, well, one, I just love you and I would do this without
Yeah.
even like
Yeah.
recording it,
I know.
but the fact that people like listening to us and we make people laugh makes me happy too. So
Yeah. Have you gotten
again,
reports back that
people,
we
you're
make people
welcome.
laugh?
Yes. But I don't know if they're laughing with us or at us, but it's okay. They're laughing. That's
Yeah,
all that
either way,
matters.
like laughing
All
is
that matters.
great.
Yeah.
If we make you smile, that's all we care about.
Yes. Would you like to introduce yourself to our new listeners?
Yeah, in the year of 2024, I am Kelsey Domnitz.
In the
Full
year of
name, full stop.
2024, I am Allie Ray Ferguson.
Full stop.
Full stop. Yeah, this is crazy. We're back and we're so
I know.
excited to bring audio, but now in 2024, we're bringing video, baby. Let's go. Well, I guess we can start how we used to start every podcast and
Yeah.
cheers.
Wait, hold on. I didn't pour
Oh,
mine because I thought we were gonna say what we're drinking first, but
we
should I
are,
pour
but
mine?
mine's poured.
Okay.
Okay, so I am drinking unreleased, unbottled. That's why mine's in a glass and not in a bottle because this is Chapelton Vineyards 2022 Malbec from
Oh, nice.
Argentina.
Ooh,
And this wine, I actually went to visit the vineyard in February of 2023, which I'll talk a little bit about later. But these are like the grapes that I selected to bring to
let's
Texas to make the
go.
wine. So I'm really excited. We're actually bottling it next week. So I pulled this out of the tank today and brought it home in a plastic cup so that I could share it with everybody on the podcast.
Yay. I
So
love
yeah,
that.
2022 Argentinian Malbec. The grapes came from Innocenti Vineyards, which is a family-owned vineyard in Argentina in Uco Valley. So I'm super excited. Yep. Okay.
Congratulations. Like,
Thank you.
does your name go on the bottle or
My
like
name's
what
actually
happens?
going on the bottle. Yeah, I'm really
Let's
excited.
go.
Yes, it will be available for
What's it
purchase
called?
starting February 1st on chapeltonvineyards.com. It is called Malbec.
I'm drinking something from the store called Rain Cloud.
Ooh, that's a pretty label. I like the gold on
Yeah,
black.
it's from Napa. And I
For
picked
those
it
of you
mainly because the label.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna say, if those of you who don't know, Kelsey and I am a wine picker for the wine, and Kelsey's a wine picker
Yeah.
for the label. So
Yeah.
anything with a label, you got it.
If it's shiny, it's most likely something I'll grab.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy 2024. Happy friendship. Happy real love.
Mm, mm. Sweet. Well, I'm so excited to be back with you.
Me too.
I feel like so at home when I'm
I
with
know,
you,
me
you
too.
know?
And a little backstory for those of you who don't know Real Bubbles. Kelsey and I, one day, right at the start of the pandemic, we were making grilled cheeses and making vision boards. And Kelsey looked at me and said, "We're kind of funny. We should record this." And so we did, and we started doing this. And I think during the pandemic, it was really great to like, I mean, for me, it was like the highlight of the pandemic
Oh
to
yeah, 100%.
spend quality, safe time with you.
Yeah.
And also we had our happy hour health checks on Instagram,
Yeah.
and that was really cool, checking on our friends, and got to taste a lot of different alcohols and wines, which was fun.
Yeah.
But no, I think this was just has been such a highlight of my life in general, and I'm just really happy that we're able to like carve out the time in our crazy busy lives to do this together. So thank you.
Yeah. And for those that also don't know, but are new, like we have done this before, and the reason that we stopped doing it was because Allie moved to Texas. I was in LA. Like we weren't very physically close to each other anymore, so it was getting harder to schedule, line up, and stuff like that. But I feel like we talked about this the end of last year, and we felt that now was the time that we could align and really make this thing kind of go.
Yeah,
If only to just hang out with each other, to have like
exactly.
established time to like hang out every single month. So
Exactly.
like
Yeah. It's a monthly
I'm really
friendship date.
excited. Yeah, it is. It really is.
Love you.
Love you.
Mm, mm.
In the millions of years we did this podcast, we always like to, at the beginning of the year, close out the last year with some of our favorite things.
So I saw a lot of movies last year. The strike, the double strike, really put us out of work. Like currently,
Well,
like
for those people that are new, Kelsey, you have to explain what your career is.
basically I work in the entertainment industry, and I work in the camera department specifically, and we had a double strike this summer with the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild. The writers ended in September and the actors ended in November, but work has not picked up for the industry as a whole. I actually was sent an LA Times article today talking about how where Hollywood is at like a record 90 something percent is not working right now. I would, don't hold me to anything,
Yeah.
but like people just aren't working right now,
Yeah.
and it's jobs are scarce. Um so anyways, I haven't had a job all summer. So that's been very challenging mentally and physically and emotionally, and hoping for work to come up soon. There was a lot of good movies this year, I gotta say. Like I was really impressed. Barbie and Oppenheimer definitely like started the season, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of been trickling in since then. Okay, so I have my little notebook because I wrote everything down because I was so excited about it. Let's go. So my top five, and stop me if you've seen any of these. The first one I'm gonna say is The Bear.
That's my number one.
That's your number one. That's my number one. Well, that's where I
Yeah.
put it in the order.
Yeah, that was such a good show. And I've watched it since the beginning. So it came out in 2022, but the
Mhm,
new season came out last year. But all three seasons are, or two
mhm.
seasons, however many seasons.
That one is
Um,
like a very fast-paced show, and when it first came out, I wasn't like in the mood to like have that kind of energy,
mhm.
so I just kind of put it off, and I don't know why, but I picked it up like the end of last year. It was really good. And Io also won a Golden Globe for, I think, Best Supporting
Yeah,
Actress or Best
yeah.
Actress. I can't remember.
I think best
So that was
supporting
really awesome.
actress. I'm like not a huge like intense drama show kind of person, but I think for
Yeah.
me it had just enough humor to keep me like interested. It was fast paced, like you said, and also I'm fascinated by the food industry, and just like culinary
Yeah.
anything on TV fascinates me. And so it just really kept my attention. The acting was amazing. The character development was incredible. And like the
Yeah.
story, like I was just really impressed with how each season, like the character development and the story really kept going. Cause sometimes like different
hmm
seasons kind of fall off, but all of them just so good.
My question to you is, who was your favorite character from The Bear?
Mm, okay. At the beginning, it kind of changed. So my favorite character
Yeah.
at the end of the most recent season was Cousin.
Okay.
I think just like his full like story arc from the very beginning
Yeah.
to now was just so incredible to watch. But as far as like all the characters, I think he's my favorite by the end because of his like crazy story arc.
Yeah.
What
I
about you?
would probably agree. I'd probably agree. I think
Yeah.
he's so funny. Like,
He's so funny, but I absolutely hated him in the first season. Like he was,
yeah.
I would say in the first season, he was my least favorite, but if I would have known what his character development was going to be at the beginning, then it would have been different.
Second, I have Shrinking. Did you watch Shrinking?
Yes, it was really good. It's not in my
It was
top, but
super good.
it's really good.
third, I have Ted Lasso.
That got honorable mention for me just because I
Cute.
remember when we did our podcast in 2021, I mentioned it as my favorite. So
But it deserves to be up there. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like the writing is so
Yeah,
good,
I
and
cried a
it's
lot.
just this is like for the junkies out there, but I put the Real Housewives. I watch the Real Housewives, Salt Lake City, Beverly Hills, and I've currently gotten into this season of Miami just because like I just love the yachts and I love like the ocean,
I
and it's like
knew
the
you were gonna
perfect
say
like,
that.
place
So
to watch that happen.
funny you say that because over like I want to say like holiday break. So I've always watched Beverly Hills for the last like
Okay.
for probably
I
like the
feel like
last 4 or 5 years. Maybe it was like maybe 4 years ago I started, but I watched from
okay.
the beginning and like caught up.
Okay. Yeah.
But since there was no new episode during break, I heard that Salt Lake City was crazy, and so I started watching Salt Lake City, but I started from the newest season. But
Oh,
then
okay.
literally in the last 2 weeks, I've watched the other 3 seasons of Salt Lake City. So I've now watched all 4. Literally though, it's so funny. I just started Miami yesterday because I ran
No.
out of Salt Lake City. But I'm only on episode 1, but I just started it. So that's so funny. Salt Lake?
Salt Lake, yeah.
Oh, I freaking love Meredith. Like
Really?
love.
I knew
I
you
just
would love
love
Meredith.
her. She's just like I'm disengaged. Like I love her so much. Who's your favorite?
I love Lisa. I think
I
Lisa's
love Lisa too.
hilarious.
I think watching the most recent season, like Meredith was my top, but watching the previous seasons,
Yeah,
again, it's the story arc for me. Like the
right.
change and everything, like Lisa is up there for sure.
Yeah.
I just hate how she's so misunderstood. She's so misunderstood.
I'm dead. I'm dead. After
We're
that,
way more aligned with TV shows than I
I
thought we were gonna be. I was
I
writing these, I'm like,
know,
Kelsey
I
does
know you
not
said
watch these shows.
these are 2 honorable mentions, The White Lotus and Yellowstone.
Oh, yes. Love them.
But I don't think I'm gonna continue Yellowstone just because there's a lot of drama going on off the scene with it, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm
I'm
not
kind of
putting
over it.
commitment into something that is like, and plus it's just gangster cowboys in Montana.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, the last season for me was pretty disappointing, so I'm kind of over
yeah,
it.
yeah. Get
Okay.
more hot cowboys or you lose followers. I don't know what to
Yeah,
tell you.
pretty much. We need some new hot cowboys.
All right, we're moving on to movies, the main
Wait, I didn't
attraction.
get to say my 5 TV shows.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Please,
Oh,
Allie
wow.
has the floor.
I'm like, wait, what about me?
I'm gonna
Okay,
drink now.
so the bear was number 1 for
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
Suits was number 2. I know it's like not
No.
I know it. I
Really?
know it. Yeah, I know it's not. I mean, my top 5 are like they're not like really in order, but Suits,
Okay.
it just came at a really hard time because I actually started watching it when the strike happened and all of my regular shows like were not happening. And so I literally had
That's
nothing
so
else to watch.
funny.
So yeah, I watched Suits. So actually shout out Robbie because Robbie told me to watch it and I watched it and then I watched
And then I watched it.
it's for Robbie.
Nice. Well, I'm also watching Suits now, so
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Another top 5 for me is Next Level Chef featuring
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
It's a really cool like cooking show. I'm obsessed with cooking competition shows, but that one started, or I watched that one last year, and there's a new season coming out this year, and I'm so excited.
Nice.
And also, I'm actually surprised you didn't mention this one. I don't know if you are aware of it, but Lessons in Chemistry.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, put it on your list. It's really good, but it's about like a female super, super intelligent chemist, but grew up in a time where women weren't really valued in the science, like in the STEM world and science technology. Boo, right? But yeah, so she's trying to like work her way up to be like a chemist. But she keeps getting pushed down basically because she's a woman, but has a really cool ending, and it's like it's probably one of the more serious shows I watched last year because I don't usually watch serious shows, but it was like it held my attention and I binged the whole thing. It's on Hulu. Honorable mentions, The Bachelor franchise. Because
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm like 15 years strong in and I can't get out of it.
15 years?
Yeah,
Oh my
I've been
gosh.
watching it since like freshman year of high school. I know.
Do you see my face physically change there?
Yeah. But so I like started watching it with friends in high school, and then I just like And even though it's like, even though it's not that great, I just feel like I still have to watch it. Like it's like I have to
Yeah,
watch it.
you're committed.
I'm committed. And also honorable mention Selling Sunset and Selling the OC just because I like seeing the houses.
Let's do movies. Boing, 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 boing. Okay. So I saw a lot of movies this year. I didn't see them all, obviously, because there's a ton of movies that are put out every single year. But I have made a list of my top movies of 2023. Taylor Swift is going to be Ali's number one.
Shut up. It's actually
My
number
number one.
3.
What's my number one? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, my number one is The Holdovers. If you
Oh,
haven't
okay.
seen The Holdovers, go see The Holdovers. You should have seen it during Christmas time because it was a Christmas movie, but it's still really good and it's set in the 80s. Believe it, love it, perfection. Yes. So this is number 2, but only because you can't have 2 number ones, I guess. But Poor Things with Emma Stone.
Yeah, I saw
She
a trailer for that.
was so good. That movie just really transports you and you're in a totally different world and it was really well done and I encourage you to go see that. Number 3, I put Dumb Money. It's a funnier movie, but it's got Seth Rogen,
Oh, fun.
and I cannot believe I'm forgetting his name right now, but he's also in Little Miss Sunshine. He's the older brother. So good. I love that movie. I made my family watch it over the Christmas break, and I got good reviews from them. So, and my number 4 is Anatomy of a Fall, and that is an international film that won at the Golden Globes. That one's a really good one. It's holding court for something may or may not done and trying to prove your innocence, and it's a really good one. I encourage watching that one. Number 5, Oppenheimer by Christopher Nolan.
I was gonna guess Barbie, but
I did not like Barbie. And I know that is a harsh opinion. I
I'm
think I
gonna
had
be
too
honest,
high
I
of
didn't.
expectations.
Yeah, I think I did too because I didn't like it as much as I thought I would like it, and I think so, like social media put such high expectations, but also everyone was saying how amazing it was, and then I actually rented it at home, and I was like, it was good. It was a cute story, and it was
Yeah.
like nostalgic, but it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. I thought the art pieces, the dance numbers,
Yeah,
like
it
I
was
thought those
beautiful.
were all great. And I personally felt like a lack of character. Like I
Mhm.
did not at all connect to Barbie, like the main Barbie, or like the only Barbie I connected to was like Weird Barbie because Kate McKinnon is so
I
funny.
love her.
I thought the star of the show was Ken. Like I thought it was
100%.
Ryan Gosling, and
Yeah.
I would pay money just to see him again. It's Barbie, bro. It's supposed to
Barbie.
be to us,
It's Barbie,
women.
bro.
It's Barbie, bro.
It's Barbie, bro. It's for the women, bro.
I used to date this guy that I called him bro once and he flipped out. He was, oh no, I called him dude. And he did
That's so
not like that.
funny.
And I was like, that's a red flag.
Yeah, I call everybody bro.
Bro and dude, get with
Yeah.
it. I don't understand.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. I'm done. Okay. And here are my honorable mentions. All right. And
Okay.
I'm gonna leave my bottom 5 out because like
We
if
don't
you
need
need
that
it, ask us
negative.
on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
DM at Real
DM us.
Bubbles Pod to get Kelsey's bottom 5 movies.
Bottom
I
5.
hate.
All right, my honorable mentions. I'm just going to go through this list. Cocaine Bear, Gran Turismo, Leo, Theater Camp, Champions, and Memory.
Okay, I'm gonna go through mine now. Mine are very
You have the
different
floor.
from yours.
Do you go to the movies a lot, Allie?
So I do and I don't. This last year, I didn't go a lot because there wasn't a lot, honestly, in theaters that was interesting to me. I love going to the movies mainly for the popcorn, but I love going to the movies. I really do. But honestly, out of my top 5, I only saw 2 in theaters. The other 3 were streamed because they weren't in.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so number 1 for me was A Perfect Pairing on Netflix. It
Okay.
actually was released at the end, I think like towards the end of 2022, but I didn't watch it till 2023. And then I made everybody in my life when they came to my house watch it. But it's a movie about a woman that's in wine sales, and she like ends up like quitting her corporate wine sales job to start her own like distribution company. And she goes to travel to Australia, and like it's this whole thing, and it's so cute and I love it. So perfect pairing on Netflix. Go watch
Is
it.
it a
It's
romantic
it's
like
yeah, it's like a rom-com, but also like I feel like with my career, I really just relate to the character a
yeah.
lot because it's also part like her character development and like her career and like making decisions for herself, but then also she like falls in love with the hot guy. So
Bonus.
who's also in the wine business. So it's like, let's go. Okay, number 2 is Elemental.
Oh my gosh, I really wanted to see Elemental.
It's on Disney Plus, so you can watch it.
I don't have Disney Plus.
You can borrow my login.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so Elemental is really good. It's super cute. I love the story. It is a Pixar movie, and you know, if anyone knows me, I'm like a Disney Pixar nerd.
I love Pixar.
But Elemental is really good. To me, the soundtrack is like so good. Like there's a song in there that I absolutely love. I'll link it to our Instagram so you guys can go look on our Instagram. Because we're gonna post our top 5 everything on Instagram. I'll post the song because it's so good. The story's super cute. I cried, I laughed. It just had everything in a Pixar movie that I love. Number 3, Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour.
Go Taylor. Go Taylor.
Let's go. So I was
I'm
one
like-
of the unfortunate Swifties that didn't get to go to her concert last year, mainly because it's so expensive. And 2, it just didn't work out schedule-wise for me to go. But honestly, the movie was so beautifully shot. Like regardless if you like Taylor Swift or not, like the visuals of this movie were insane. So go watch it. You can rent it for $19.89 on Amazon Prime. I have rented it 3 times. Don't judge me. 4th is Love at First Sight, another Netflix. It's like a super cute rom-com, like literally love at first sight, cute, blah, blah, blah. And then my 5 is The Hating Game. It's a Lucy Hale rom-com about two people that are like hate each other, but then spoiler alert, they fall in love. Honorable mentions, Theater Camp, let's go. So freaking funny. Just like pure comedy. So good.
Yeah. I love Jimmy Tatro too. Like
yes, literally so good. Another honorable mention, Puppy Love, another Lucy Hale movie. Go watch it. Huge honorable mention because this was my sleep movie of 2023. I always have like a movie if I can't go to sleep or if I wake up from a bad dream and I need to fall back asleep. National Treasure on Disney Plus.
nice. That's a good
Literally,
one.
and National Treasure has been one of my favorite movies since it came out. Like I just love it so much. It's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. But it really like it just brings me joy, and like it's just so good. And for some reason it helps me fall asleep. So
I am a Disney child at heart. Like, so that is like in my roots, and we both have that in common. So like, I think you and I both really enjoy Disney stuff, especially like Pixar and animated and like things that just make you feel good. But you know what I put on the other day just to rewatch because like it's been a long time? The Black Cauldron.
wow.
Do you remember that movie?
Yeah,
That
but
was
I
like
don't remember the
19
last time I saw.
Look up how old that movie is.
So really fun fact, when I Googled the Black Cauldron movie, the first thing that comes up is what movie almost bankrupted Disney?
No, it was that movie.
And it says in 1985, Disney released its 25th animated feature, The Black Cauldron. The movie was based on the Chronicles of Eridane novels, which were rooted in Welsh mythology. This dark fantasy film almost bankrupted Disney, but it's great. So funny.
It almost bankrupted Disney, but it's great.
Apparently.
That's the review.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I saw it, but 1985 was when it came out.
Yeah, I rewatched that and I was like, this is great. Like
I'm gonna need to watch
this is
that.
movie making. I have a little surprise for you. So I was walking through the grocery store and you know how normally we drink champagne or like I normally drink champagne? Well, I found some cola champagne.
No way. That's hilarious. What's the
I saw
percentage of
that.
alcohol is that?
I don't think it is alcohol. I think it's soda.
Okay. It's just soda.
Let's try it.
Boring. Just kidding.
I would buy it again.
But would you like put it with champagne so it's like a mimosa? Like a Goya cola champagne mimosa?
It kind of tastes like champagne, but if it was a soda.
Got it. Okay. That's interesting. Can you send me one?
That's pretty good, honestly.
You think Goya will sponsor us?
Hell yeah. Okay.
All right, things to watch in 2020.
24. Some of these have come out in 2023, but because I didn't watch them in 2023, I would
Yeah.
love to see them. I have The Teacher's Lounge. I have Rebel Moon, Anyone But You, which I just watched yesterday. Hold on, let me cross that off. Meep.
Check.
The Iron Claw, Maestro, Ferrari, May December, The Boys in the Band. No, sorry. Screw The Boys in the Boat.
I
The
mean, maybe in the
Creator.
band. Who knows?
They might also be in a band. Eileen, 65, Candy Cane Lane, Elemental, Next Goal Wins, Family Switch, which I also just watched. I don't know if
Oh,
you've
that's
seen that. It's
so
with Jennifer
good.
Garner.
Yeah,
I worked on
so
a little
good.
bit of that movie, and my
It's
dad said it was really
hilarious.
funny.
It is funny.
Dream Scenario, Past Lives, Priscilla, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I heard that was really good. Mission Impossible, Wish, American Fiction, The Zone of Interest, and Beau is Afraid.
Wow, that's awesome.
And that's showbiz, baby.
Drink.
Mm, mm,
All right,
Are we
everyone
going to explain that
listening.
game?
Yeah, everybody listening. If you are in a safe space, not driving, every
Yeah.
time Kelsey says,
That's showbiz, baby.
you got to drink.
Like
If you're driving, you
this.
can drink water, but yes, that's our game.
mm, mm.
Thank you for
Hallie Ray
listening
Kelsey.
to our sponsors.
All right. Well, first of all, let's see where we're at in our drinks. Hold up your glass. Yeah, we're probably about the same.
Excuse
I will-
you.
What do you mean? I filled up
You
way
have-
more than you did.
My glass is bigger than yours.
Yeah.
I have less than you. I'm just gonna drink. You can talk. It's fine. Next is I get to talk about my top favorite wines I drank in 2023. Yes, I work in the wine industry. I am currently the general manager of Chapelton Vineyards, which is a vineyard and winery in Washington, Texas. But we are about an hour outside of Houston, and we have a large hospitality space, tasting room, kitchen, 2 villas on site that Kelsey needs to come stay in. And we should definitely record a podcast from the villas. They're legit.
Yeah.
And a large production space, and we're actually currently building our secondary production space because we already ran out of room in our first production space. But yeah, super exciting. So I'm the general manager, which means I wear all the hats and do all the things. It's really hard to define what my actual job is, but yeah. I get saluted too, but actually I do. Shout out Alfredo. He salutes me all the time. Every time I tell him to do anything, he's like, yes, ma'am.
I would dab.
So yeah, I'm now going to talk about my top favorite wines I drank in 2023 and also my top favorite wine experiences. 2 different things. So first, I have show and tell. So first is 2019 El Enemigo Syrah Viognier blend. This is it right here. It's beautiful.
Cute.
This wine, well, actually, I'll tell the story in a little bit, but that's number 1 because it's part of my favorite wine experiences.
Got it.
Number 2 is 2017 Wegler Rothenberg Auslese, which is a German Riesling out of Germany. Spoiler alert. But Rothenberg is actually a vineyard in Germany, as well as the name of a town in Germany, and also my mother's maiden name. So
That's true. That's true.
kind of sentimental, but I actually shared a 375 bottle of that with my mom and my grandparents at well, we had Hanukkah dinner. Yes, at Hanukkah dinner, and it was just really special because it's like their name on the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
that's cute.
delicious. So good.
Nice.
Number 3 is Chapelton Vineyards 2022 Estate Blanc de Bois. Whoop, whoop.
Wait, let's do it at the same time. Wait.
1,
And
2,
go.
3.
Oh.
Raise it. All right. So yeah, so 2022 Estate Blanc de Bois. This was grapes from the vineyard at Chapelton Vineyards that I manage. And this wine was really special to me because it was our first ever estate wine at Chapelton Vineyards. I actually handpicked these grapes myself. and helped like process the grapes. And I was just a part of the whole process from vineyard to bottle. So it was just, I have a very emotional connection to it. It's
Yeah.
also delicious. So anybody out there that's listening wants a bottle of Blanc de Bois, you DM me on Instagram at Real Bubbles Pod. Okay, so fourth, I'm gonna have a really hard time pronouncing this, so feel free to laugh at me.
Okay. Mhm.
But 2015, Siassi, Piccolomini di Aragona, Brunello di Montalcino, Pinot Rosa. So yeah, that's a very long name.
Drink.
Yeah.
And that's showbiz, baby.
My mom and I had the pleasure of going to Tuscany last summer, 2023.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I had always dreamed of going to Montepulciano and Montalcino, so we went, and I got to taste, in my opinion, some of the top Brunellos in Montalcino at the castle at Montalcino. Really cool guy that runs the castle wine tasting, and it was just really cool. But that was probably my
Yeah.
favorite bottle. That was probably my favorite tasting on the entire trip to Italy that I got to taste. And my last one, number 5, is 2014 Grant James Nebbiolo.
Oh, wow.
I have had this bottle in my wine fridge since 2016.
Wow.
And it was just time to open it because I was worried it was going to go bad. Because wine like ages really well, but it also has a point where it's like, okay, this is its prime, and then it starts like dropping off. So I actually opened it on New Year's Eve, so right at the end of the year. But it was delicious. It's also sentimental because it's the first winery I ever worked at, so it's kind of like a cool experience.
It's also
honor. What?
Grant James is also the first winery my mom is trying to sell too.
I know. I saw that. If anyone's interested in buying a winery, contact Karen Dominance. But yeah, so it's just a special bottle for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honorable mentions.
Yes.
Anything from the winery called Mal, MAAL, in Argentina that I went to visit. Everything was cool. The winemaker was super cool, who's also a DJ and also threw a music festival while we were there. So it was just like,
Let's go.
it was just cool, like the whole experience. So shout out Alfred for all the wine and all the fun experiences with the music festival. And then an honorable mention to the glass of champagne I had the day I got to Paris at the cafe on the corner. No idea what it was.
Let's go. That's awesome.
It was a vibe. And then also honorable mention to Chapelton Vineyards Bubbly Rosé.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I'm going to send you a bottle, Kels, because you're going to love it.
Okay.
But,
great.
And it's yummy. It's just easy to drink. It's kind of like a really good, just go-to easy drinking bubbly rosé. I just drank a lot of it in the last 6 months. So that's why it's getting honorable mention. And yeah, it's just special to me.
I love that. Speaking of these places that you have drank this wine at, let's talk about where we went in 2023.
Yes. And with that, I have like favorite wine experiences at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. So one place I went to was Chile, like the country. And in Chile, so I had the great opportunity to go to South America for work last year. So I went to Chile and Argentina. In
That's
Chile,
so insane, dude.
Crazy. I'm going, spoiler alert, I'm going to South Africa in March for work, and I'm so excited. I'll talk more about it when I have like a legit plan and everything's scheduled, because it's not
Can I tag along?
Booked yet, but yeah, you can come.
Let's
go. You have to pay, but you can go.
Yeah. Look, at this point, like anything to get me out of this apartment and go to South Africa.
Can South Africa sponsor our podcast?
Can somebody fly me over to South Africa so I can hang out with Allie in South Africa? We can record a podcast in South Africa.
I would freaking love that. But yeah, so I went to Chile and Argentina, and in Chile, so one of my favorite, actually, I think my top all of my top 5 wine experiences are kind of like, they're all number 1. I can't like measure them. But my favorite experience in Chile was I took a tour of the barrel production facility of the cooperage that at TN Coopers. They're one of our people that we buy our barrels from at the winery, but we had the opportunity to go and actually see the barrels get made, and it was the coolest experience ever. Like literally got to watch from like the wood that they send from France to a full barrel being made. It was awesome. So that was one of my top wine experiences. Then I went to Argentina. which is where I got this wine from. I had a lot of really cool experiences, but my two favorite, one was I got to like play with the dirt in the vineyard that this wine comes from. But the soil in Argentina is so fascinating because they're at the base of the Andes Mountains. And so they get a lot of the minerals from the mountains. And so the soil is just fascinating. And so I got to play in the dirt there. Also, there's a famous winery in Argentina called Catena. And we took a tour there, but then one of the winemakers came in and like gave us an extra tour and let us taste a bunch of stuff out of barrels and out of tanks. So that was just a cool thing. And then this wine that I brought for show and tell, my favorite wine of 2023, we actually did a 7-course wine pairing dinner at this winery and restaurant. And there were also dogs there. So it was like an outdoor, like a really cool like outdoor area where they had tables. It was fancy, but it was outdoors, really pretty at night. But they had like, I'm not kidding. They had like 7 or 8 dogs that were either like staff dogs or winery dogs. And they were so cute, and they came around and they would just like come and like cuddle you, and they were so sweet. So that was super fun. The food also was amazing, the food and wine.
That part was good, but the dogs. Did you see the dogs?
Did you see the dogs?
That's so funny.
So yeah, that was in February. And then in June, my mom and I went to Paris, Rome, and Tuscany. Let's go. That was great all around. It was a great trip. We had a lot of really cool like tasting menu like experiences, wine pairing experiences. It was just so cool. So thanks, Mom. It was the best trip ever. Let's do it again. No,
Sometimes
it was super fun, and it was like a dream trip for both of us. So it was just really cool. And
yeah. No, I love that you went there because we both went to Paris this year.
I know. That was so
Last
weird.
year. I know.
Yeah, I was there like a week after you. I was super bummed.
Yeah.
I was like, how cool would that be?
That would have been fun.
And then I went to San Francisco for a conference. I went to Lubbock for work. It wasn't that exciting. There's lots of cotton there though. And then I went to Seattle. Seattle was really
that
awesome.
rounded out your year.
Yeah, I mean San Diego, but I don't really count that because that's home. So
yeah.
But yeah, Seattle. I think Seattle I had never been to Seattle, so that was really cool. I didn't see the sun for 4 days, but it's fine.
But it's fine.
So it was a great trip. And yeah.
I love that. No, that's great. The places that I went to this year,
let's go.
Are not as much as yours because for you, your travels are also work included.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. I haven't gotten on that list yet. So
we just need to get you on a show that like films in, I don't know, Iceland or something.
Yeah. Anyway, super cool. I want to really work for Nat Geo is really where I want to be.
That'd be awesome.
So then I can meet you in South Africa.
Perfect.
But I was working at the beginning of the year, so I didn't really go anywhere. February, I went to Sedona, Arizona. I went and babysat my little cousin for a week. And then after that, the strikes happened. And so I was kind of just like laying low, not really knowing what was going on. And then I go down to San Diego once a month at least. And I think this year I was like going twice a month because I wasn't working or doing anything. In June, we had a planned trip to go to Paris because our friend's getting married. I love Paris. Paris is so.
It's our vibe for sure. Like we would thrive in Paris.
Paris is a vibe and we will thrive there.
Yeah. Cheers. No, I freaking love Paris. And I honestly, surprisingly thought leading into my trip that Paris was going to be my least favorite out of the 3, but it was actually my favorite of the 3.
Really? Why did you think it was going to be the least?
I don't know. Like big cities are very hit and miss for me. Like I either love them or hate them, and I don't even really know why. And a lot of people are like, oh, Paris is like super busy and dirty and all this stuff. It wasn't busy and it wasn't dirty at all.
Yeah.
My favorite part was just like waking up, getting ready, and like going down and sitting at a cafe in the morning. And like, I don't drink coffee, but I was like drinking coffee and eating croissants. And I was like, okay, I like this, Allie. But no, it was super cool. I love the architecture. I honestly loved everything about Paris.
Me too. The walkability of Paris is amazing.
Yeah. And the metro
croissants,
system is
oh my
legit.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Panna chocolate though. Panna chocolate. The one with the chocolate inside.
Yeah, I didn't eat the one with chocolates inside.
Lame.
But I ate croissants every single morning and a baguette. So
Oh my God. I carried around a baguette every day. I just carried it around because I wanted to hold it.
Well, it's good for snacking.
Yes. I would like carry around a baguette, and then if I saw a cheese shop, I would go in and get like a piece of cheese and just like put it in my
Yeah.
baguette and eat it. It's great.
One of my favorite memories was going to one of the park. It was so gorgeous, and my friend Trig, shout out Trig, he has you actually might like Trig because he has an Instagram where he does cooking and he does reels of cooking, and
Trig.
it's really good. Like I'm always like, please let me taste your
Yeah.
food because like I'm hungry
Well,
and
send it
this
to
looks
me
really
and
good.
I'll post it on the podcast
Yeah,
story.
absolutely. He's so funny. He's so good, and he also knows French. He knows a bunch of different languages, but he knows French. So
Lucky.
he was with us in Paris, and so we got to have kind
That's
of a
so
more
cool.
intimate experience because he was able to like bring us around and stuff. And his brother lives in Paris, and we met up with some friends of his at like for dinner one night, and then we went out clubbing, and then like just went to the bar till it closed, and then went to McDonald's afterwards.
So
Like
cool.
a whole like experience. It was great. Like I really
Yeah.
loved Paris. And then for the wedding, we went into rural France and about 2 hours south of Paris, and had a wedding at a chateau with friends and stuff. And so that was really fun
Okay.
too. Yeah, so it was good.
Amazing.
And like if you're not driving, like you get to enjoy more, I feel
Yeah,
like
for
as a
sure.
person. So like I was definitely indulging in this experience because the strike was already happening and I was like, there's nothing to worry about coming back
Yeah.
to. So like let's just have fun while we're here. And then after Paris, we went to Greece because that's where I wanted to go for my 30th, Mykonos, and then we went to Santorini, and I think my homeland is supposed to be Greece. Like I
No,
would
I've
literally
known
live
that.
there and I'd be fine.
I've known that from like day one. Like you belong in Greece for sure.
So cheers to that. Closing out 2023.
Cheers to that. My light just went off.
It did. Is it on a timer? Mine
It's
are
on a
too.
timer. Yeah, it's on a
Yeah.
timer. It goes off at
Look at
10.
us being eco-efficient.
Yeah, but I turn it on at 5, but the sun doesn't set till 6. But it's just so it's light when I
Right.
get home from work.
Right. No, that's smart.
I kind of
I
like
do the
this
same
lighting
thing.
better though.
So we got to
Alright.
give scores to 2023.
Yes, scores.
Yeah.
You go first.
All right. So
So you're giving a Rotten Tomato score and I'm giving a wine
yes,
score, but they're both out of 100. So yours is
100%.
100%, mine's just 100
Yeah.
points.
So basically, this one's a hard one because 2023, I don't even think I really made money in 2023. Like this was a bad year for business. So that is on one hand. But then I had these really cool trips to Paris and Greece that were like phenomenal. So I think it
Yeah.
like weighs it out a little bit. I'm gonna give 2023 a 50% rating, to
I
be
love that for you.
honest.
Yeah. No, I think that's very fair. I think that's very fair for you.
It was like
I
half
think
sad,
that's
half great.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, out of 100 points for a wine score, I think I'm gonna give it a 72. I
Nice.
think that the good definitely outweighed the bad. And the bad was weird. It wasn't even really like nothing really bad happened, but it was just some really weird things, some sad, some like
Yeah.
some things were just shocking this year. Some heartbreak for sure. Some like I guess some realizations about like people and things in my life that I needed to let go. So I think that's more of like the 30% that's like not there, positive.
Mhm.
But like career wise, like things are really good. I made some really good quality like new friendships, which was great. I had spent a lot of family time. My goddaughter was born, so that was exciting.
Aw. Yeah.
And I think this year for me, I think was a big realization of like who and what I want to keep in my life. And so I think
Mhm.
that was like really good.
All right. Well, that's a closeout to 2023. Let's cheers that guy goodbye because
Peace
it's
out.
now February that this is coming out.
Peace out. Hey, we're on top of it though, because in 2020, when we started this podcast, we did our vision boards in March. So let's just give ourselves some credit.
We're improving.
We are improving. So with that, I think we're going to talk about what everyone is here for, the 2024 vision boards.
Pew, 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 pew.
Kelsey made a very executive decision that she did not discuss with me ahead of time that we were going to make our vision boards digital this year, which I'm fine with. It actually was great. It was
It was
different
harder.
It was honestly harder, definitely harder. So thanks for that. But no, I think it was just a good like brain exercise. So
Yeah.
yes, so we made our vision boards. For those of you not watching, you should be. Can you see this?
Yay. Yes.
Okay, so everybody, this
Oh my
is
gosh, we have
my-
the same pictures. It's so funny. I thought
Wait,
about
really?
stealing your pictures. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, 2024, my word of the year, Dremel. My 2024 word of the year is intention. So last year my word was boundaries, and I felt like I definitely thought a lot about that and did an okay job with it, better than I thought I would. But intention to me means that every decision I make or everything that I want to do this year, like I want it to have intention behind it, meaning like I'm not just going to do it just to do it or say yes just because, but I really want to put intention behind it. So that's my word of the year. I have some other not weird, just different words in there. So heart is another word. I just want to like make sure I'm protecting my heart this year and like also following my heart this year with things.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of me and Kelsey because I really, really do believe in what we're doing in our podcast, and I want to make that a priority.
Yeah.
I have shine. This has multiple purposes, but I need to be in the sun more. I just like am a sunshine girl, I realize. So that's also why I
Yeah.
have this sun right here. But I really just want to like focus on like shining in everything I do this year. I have Taylor Swift. But this is like more than just Taylor Swift. This is to me like she's kissing her arm, and for me that like symbolizes strength, and I'm definitely prioritizing like my health this year, but also I'm just like really fascinated with Taylor this year about like choosing herself and like doing what makes her happy and being weird and fun and just being herself. Like that's
Mhm.
kind of I want to be. Also, it says be your weird self. So
I
I
love
have
that.
a picture of Verona, Italy, because I want to go there really bad.
Cute.
I also have a picture of this is actually like a villa somewhere in Europe. This is more of like not a 2024. This is kind of like manifesting the future.
Mhm.
But if and when I get remarried, this is what I want it to look like. This is a picture of people running because I have decided I kind of like running. So I want to run I ran a 5K this year. That was so
Yeah.
so I'm gonna try to
Congratulations.
thank you. I finished. Sammy and I both got a medal. It was great.
Let's go.
I also
Yeah.
have some money because that's, we all need some money. But no, I really
Yep.
I have like a specific goal set for like saving and like debt
Mhm.
relief and things like that.
Yeah.
This picture is of a dinner party. I actually have it in my goal to host one dinner party a month this year. Okay, so this is a picture of the beach. I realized that so I used to live close to the beach, obviously, San Diego. But now that I've moved here, I'm like 2 hours away from the beach. And so it just takes a little bit more effort, but I really want to put in the effort to go at least once a month. I have a picture of Seattle because I want to go back to Seattle because I loved it so much. I have a giraffe because I really want to, giraffes are my favorite. I also have a tent because I want to go camping this year. I actually didn't go camping. I went to the cabin, but other than the cabin, I didn't go like camping, and I love
Mhm.
camping. So I want to try to
Yeah.
go camping this year. I have cuddling because I like cuddling.
I'm just gonna drink.
I have build strength. So I actually started working with a trainer, and I'm really like I said before, like I'm prioritizing my health. I want to not only like run a 5K, but like build these muscles. I have a picture of Sammy with grapes. I just think like I love harvest season. And so I really want to like make sure I dive into that and like be a part of the harvest season at Chapelton Vineyards and like just be a part of the winery as a whole. I just love that.
Mhm.
And then I have this like cute couple kissing in the sunset because I thought it was cute and I want that. So
I love that. I love that. That's really good. And that's your vision board.
alrighty,
Later.
we are now sharing Kelsey's.
Yeah, zoom into that guy.
Woohoo! I like how
Alright,
Mount
so
Olympus is on the top.
so that's actually a fun fact because I eventually want to direct a live action Hercules. And
Oh, that'd be so
so
cool.
that's why that is up there. But there's lightning coming out of it because I put at the forefront that Shot Caller, my short film, needs to be completed this
Yes,
year
I
at
fully
the end of
support
this
you.
month, hopefully. So that is like my biggest like focus right now is Shot Caller. And underneath of that is a picture of me wearing one of the Shot Collars, a film by Kelsey Dominance. So
Let's
that's
go.
where that is. So I put everything kind of in like a film stock and
Aw.
they're all related to each other. I put reading because I really am trying to read 2 books a month this year. I didn't
Mhm.
read any books last year and I love reading. So I put reading in bed, reading on the beach, reading in the bathtub because those are
I
things that
love
I
that.
do. Um I also the writing like finance, this is like big topics or whatever, but
Mhm.
underneath of those, the ones where it says writing pen to paper and stuff like that, these are things that I just need to remind myself to do or be. And then we have writing pen to paper. I have saved money, get paid because I haven't been getting paid. I put my drone, I want to try to fly my drone more, be
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
frugal, get paid. I put softball in there because I really want to get back into throwing, like pitching. And just like even just like as an exercise, I put challenges, get rejected. I put snowboarding because I really want to go snowboarding this year. I put a bicycle, a beach cruiser specifically because that's what and so I want to be riding a lot more. Get visual because I am a storyteller, so I need to be storyboarding. Be you on this side because trying to
Let's
be
go.
more myself instead of what I think that people want from me, which is
Yeah.
something that I'm trying to overcome. So, yeah, there's that. And then if we go into the middle section with the vertical pictures, I have creative because
Ah,
I
sorry.
am a creative. So just tapping into that. And then I have kind of like they're all kind of different. The vertical ones, one side is very like mellow and like
Mhm.
in design and meditation and sunflowers. I have law school in there because I'm actually thinking about going back. I have 3 other schools on there, law, design school, and business school. But I also have money on
Yeah.
mine. I put get a job, get
Yeah.
paid because that's important to function in America. And then if we go back up to the top where mine is under marketing, I think it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, marketing. So I put designing, but it's water and it's really more for me to drink water and also painting water. Like I'm
Ooh,
trying to
yeah.
get like a fine like paint down and I just love water and like the ocean. So I'm trying to get to the beach more. I put risk management, get paid. I put like a spa, getting massages and like self-care, business school. I put Loki Pokey and I also put a wiener
Oh,
dog in there because I really want a wiener dog. But that's
Loki
like future,
pokey.
future. So you said you really like hosting, and I also really like hosting. And so I put events, get hosting.
Let's
And
go.
so there's a couple things that these next couple of months that I want to host, like an apartment pub crawl and a paint
So
and
fun.
sip at my house and stuff. And then I have these Emmys down below because I'm trying to, that's the business I'm in. I'm trying to get some Emmys here
Let's get some
or
Emmys.
some Oscars, sorry. I put acting. I might dabble in a little bit of acting if it pays some of the bills. Also, I believe as a director, like acting is very important, most important part of the whole play. And of course, I have you and I in
Let's
here for our Real
go.
Bubbles campaign, which is what we're doing right now. So the same as you, like I just want to intentionally hang out with you all the time. I feel like you and I are completely different in how we went about our vision boards, but
Yeah, I love that
even
though.
though,
We've always been different with our vision boards, like very different
yeah,
though.
but we have like similarities on our vision boards, like
Yeah.
hosting and like just like beach.
My job, it's just beach.
No matter how different we are, we all still have a lot in common. And so I'm just glad that I get to share this life with you because you're my sister for real. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm, mm,
ins and outs. So
Yeah.
like everyone everywhere on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere I've been seeing like on other podcasts, people have been talking about
Did you?
their ins and outs of the new year. So basically, if you guys haven't seen this, we're supposed to say what's out this year. So like things we're no longer doing or things that we don't want to focus on or like just things that we're getting rid of this year. And then
Yeah.
our ins, like things that are in. So I think what we should do, Kels, is we should go back and forth and say our outs
Okay,
and then say our ins.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's start with outs and you go first and we'll just like go back and forth.
yeah. Okay, I'll go first. I'll go
Okay.
first. One of my first out is not picking up dog poop. I live
You're
in a
gonna have
city.
to
Pick up
come-
your dog poop.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody pick up. I don't pick up mine, but I also live on 130 acres.
Yeah,
So
you're not who I'm worried about. I'm worried about my neighbors.
got it. Okay. So everyone needs to pick out their dog food. Okay. One of my outs is rude people.
Yes, out.
Just don't be
Done.
rude. Or if you're rude,
Yeah.
like I don't want anything to do with
Be
you.
smart. Like have a quick whip or don't do it.
Yeah. Be nice or be out. Okay, go ahead.
Litter.
Wow,
Litter's
you have
out.
like you have a theme. You have a theme so far with your outs. One of my outs is saying yes to everything. I don't have to do it.
yeah.
I don't have to say
Yeah.
yes. I can say no if I want.
I would
And
add
if
that
it
to mine
doesn't,
for sure.
if it doesn't serve me or if it doesn't make me happy, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I put realism. I'm like, well, let's get rid of this shit because
Let's get
it's not
rid
making
of
me happy.
realism
Like,
and
let's
let's
just create the world we want to have because
Yeah.
this is not the one.
this isn't it. This isn't
This
it.
ain't it.
That's funny. Debt. Debt is out.
Yes.
Let's
Out.
just
We're getting
pay
rid of it
that.
this year.
We'll either just it'll go away magically,
That's what I'm
or-
hoping for.
or I'm gonna pay it. And either way, it's
Yeah.
gonna be out.
Either way, it's gonna go away.
Yeah. Bye. Bye debt.
I put not caring. Not caring is out. You have to care. We gotta care.
Oh, I get it. I was like, wait, I'm confused. Okay. So we're caring this year.
We're caring this year.
Okay. I put this is out. Being upset with myself when I'm not being productive.
Yeah, that's a good one.
For example, on Monday, so we had the freeze this week and I was stuck
Yeah.
in my house for 3 days. I wasn't, but I was because it was cold.
Yeah.
And on Monday, I found myself sitting on the end of my bed after I told myself I was going to clean. Didn't do it. I sat on the end of my bed for 2 hours and watched Real Housewives. Wasn't in bed, wasn't out of bed, just sitting on my bed. And like literally like almost 2 hours went by and I was like, I didn't do anything. And I was mad at myself for not doing anything,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
No. I can just not be productive and not do anything and be fine.
Yeah. Ends. Long hair.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get it. Long hair. Love it. We're not chopping it off this year.
I'm not chopping it this year.
Okay. Good to know. Good.
Good to know.
Well, I never get a warning. You're just like, look what I did. And it's like your hair's all chopped off.
I'm like literally in the bathroom
Yeah,
chopping
you're like,
it.
look, I'm doing it right now. Okay, one of my ins is opening the wine. I feel like there's such a stigma behind like, we have to save this for a special occasion. No, just
Oh.
open the bottle. Just open it.
Yeah.
Like for me,
Yeah.
like all my special bottles, I do like sharing with people. But you know what? If I want to open this because it's my favorite, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Open the
That's
wine.
great. So my second one is community. I really want
Okay.
to have community this year.
Because it transcends something that we don't know, but it transcends.
It's just like
No, I
I
get
just
what you're
like the
saying.
feeling, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I hate being alone. Like I
Yeah.
love my alone time, but like
Yeah.
I need people.
No, I 100% agree with you. One of my ends is dinner parties. Let's go. I kind of talked about this before, but I'm really
Yeah.
vibing dinner. I already have my dinner party planned for February 3rd. So
Nice. I love that.
dinner and game night.
Let's go. Game nights are
Great.
great.
Yeah.
All right, my third one is ambition. Ambition is in
Mm.
this year. We're
It's
we're
very
going
in.
for it.
We're going.
Mhm.
Love it. Mine is outside. Out- I didn't have a better way to put that, but outside is just in. I just want to be outside. I want to enjoy
Yeah.
the outside. I want
Nature.
outside to be not cold or not hot. I just need it to be.
I want it to be normal.
Yeah,
I want it to
so-
be Southern California.
Yeah, yesterday I went outside in 20 degrees because I literally just needed to be outside. But I don't want it to be 20 degrees. So outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Okay,
in.
great. My next one is seeing movies.
Oh,
I already
let's
see a lot
go.
of movies. I want to continue seeing movies.
It's in. Seeing movies is
It's
in.
in.
My next one is your mom jokes.
Your mom jokes? Are you
I
Not
don't
dad
know
jokes, your
why.
mom jokes.
No, your mom jokes. This is kind of a shout out to Joel Kaufman.
Shout out.
But like they're just so funny and like not like ones that are actually like mean or actually make sense. Like, I don't know, you can be like, I'm going to the bathroom, and I'll just be like, your mom goes to the bathroom.
Coming from you though, that is in. That is in.
It's just so funny and it makes me laugh so hard every time. And like the ones that like don't make sense make me laugh harder. And it just makes me laugh. And so it's in because it makes me
It's
laugh.
in. It's in.
Yeah.
My last but not least is exercise.
Let's
Exercise is
go.
super in. If you're doing push-ups on the beach, you're in. If you're doing running on the boardwalk, you're in.
I
If
did
you're
a dance
bicycling,
workout
you're
last
in.
night.
If you're running, you're in. If you're
Dance
dancing, you're
workouts?
in. Yeah, anything that's moving your
Exercise.
body physically, you're in. You're walking,
Let's
you're
go.
in.
Okay,
Okay.
last but definitely not least. Ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Real Bubbles is in.
Let's go.
Real Bubbles podcast.
I cannot believe I didn't
in
think of that.
20 Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Real Bubbles is in. So if you guys haven't listened to us, you are now. And you will be forever because this is the best podcast of 2024. People's Choice
If you
Award.
made it
Let's
this
go.
far, like you're committed.
Yeah, Real Bubbles is in 2024. If you guys are new listeners, please rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
Don't rate, don't review, just subscribe.
Well, if you review, okay, this is my rule for reviews. You can review, you can give us 5 stars, and then you can write whatever you want. You can like say how awful we are, but just give us 5 stars, please, because we're just like kind of cute.
We're just girls. We're just girls.
Yeah, we're just
you
here.
know,
We're just
doing a
friends. We're just 2 friends.
together.
Just
We're just 2
gabbing.
friends. It's chill. It's chill.
Yeah.
Just gabbing.
You can also follow us on Instagram at Real Bubbles Pod or on Facebook at Real Bubbles Podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just really excited. So Real Bubbles is in 2024.
Real Bubbles is in. Well,
Okay,
I'm
I
glad
think
that we got
a
together.
new game. So everybody drink when you say,
That's showbiz, baby.
and then everyone has to drink when I do a your mom joke.
Okay, fair. You didn't drink on one of my your showbiz. That's showbiz, baby.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Rewind the tape. Drink.
Yeah.
And that's showbiz, baby.
So my mom and I had the pleasure of going to Tuscany this summer. Producer Phil.
Yeah.
Play it, show it.
Well, I'm glad that we're starting off the new year together, and I look forward to seeing you every single month of the year.
Me too. I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
And if you guys are wondering, because I know you're wondering and you're very excited, our podcasts are going to be released the first Wednesday of every month. So
good.
hit
Good info.
subscribe, hit notify, and first Wednesday of every month you can listen to us on. Kelsey, you can tell us.
Any platform that you get your podcast.
Yeah.
At least you
so
should. And if you don't, write us because
Apple Podcast and Spotify are
for sure. But I think
are
like
the
it
top
goes
2.
to other ones.
Yeah.
So if you do
It's
use other
everywhere.
podcasts
In the
subscriptions,
podcast
yeah,
universe.
we should be everywhere. And I've started paying for the podcast again, so you can listen to our old episodes if you do want to go back and you want more of us.
You want
We
more.
have old
Believe
eps.
me, you want more. Believe me. I actually,
So-
in the last couple of months, have re-listened to all of our podcasts. So you want them.
So you can
Believe
see our character development.
Yes, all about character development. Special shout out to our producer, Phil. Thank you so much for
Thank you to our producer.
not being here today, but being with us in the future. And,
But
also
listening to all
special-
like 6 recordings that we have.
Yeah. Also, special shout out to Sammy Ray.
Woo!
She doesn't care.
Ooh.
Sammy Ray, my dog, and we had a special appearance by Sully the cat earlier. So, yeah.
Cool.
But
Well,
thank
thanks
you
for
guys all
joining
for
us.
listening.
Yes. Yeah. This has been a podcast by Real Bubbles with
Allie Ray.
and Kelsey. Cheers. We don't cheers empty glass.
I have a drop.
I have a drop too.
Mm, 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 mm.